guys, my name is Fiona Luca. I'm the director of Move with Fiona and I am the host and producer of the Talking Youth podcast. I am a dance teacher and creator, I am a yoga and mindfulness coach, and I am a mentor to both youth and adults. And I have been invited to create 6 online videos of yoga and mindfulness for you guys to access during this time whilst you're either at school or at home learning. And just a really beautiful opportunity for me to share what I know and what I do with you guys, and hopefully an opportunity for you to gain some tools on how to calm your mind, on how to calm your body, on how for you to think perhaps a little differently about the way you play out each of your days, and just to give you some tools to assist with things like anxiety, nervousness, overwhelm, stress, inability to sleep, all of those things that we find are really challenging, and probably more so challenging now than ever. So I hope you enjoy these classes. You don't have to be a proper yogi to access any of this. I'll move through every class slowly and I'll build each week, so by the end of the 6 weeks you'll feel like you've achieved and you've developed not only your yoga practice but your mindful yoga practice, because the truth is that what we do on our mat is really important, but what we take away from what we do on our mat is even more so important. So today's topic, as you saw in the opening title, is called The Power of the Breath, and each week we will have a different focus. Today I will teach you how to breathe, and I know that you already know how to breathe. In fact, you do it 23,000 times a day. Can you believe it? You do it 23,000 times a day, inhaling and exhaling. However, we don't really give much of our breath any thought throughout the day. It just kind of happens, right? However, the power of the breath is that we can use it when we feel moments of huge anxiety, overwhelm, stress, fatigue, so when we're tired and lethargic, when we're feeling really uptight and almost frustrated or angry, or like our adrenal glands or our nervous system is supercharged. It has the power to pacify us, so to calm us and regulate our nervous system, or it has the power to lift energy in our nervous system and make us feel more energized and enthusiastic. Today we're going to go for the calming option. So first I'm going to teach you how to breathe properly, so consciously breathing where you're aware of the breath, and then we're going to start incorporating that breath into a yoga flow. So can you please find your comfortable seat on your mat or your carpet, wherever you are. Comfortable seat usually requires you to cross your legs. If that doesn't feel too comfortable, you can extend them out in front of you. Okay, resting your palms on your knees. And what I invite you to do is just to feel your sit bones ground into your mat. So literally feel both of your bottom cheeks connect to your mat, strange feeling. And from there, can you grow your spine tall? Okay, nice. We're going to today work through 4 different parts of our torso and breathe into those parts, just to become aware of how the breath travels through our body. So the first thing you need to know is when you're breathing, if you're slouching, can you see how you're restricting any air that can get through your rib cage, to your lungs, and then to your chest? So the first thing I ask you to do is to sit up super tall. Draw your chin to your chest, lengthen your spine, and try to really reach the crown of your head up toward the sky. Okay, the second thing I'm going to ask you to do is place your hands here on your belly, so just above your belly button below your chest. And here you'll feel, just poke it a wee bit, like that puffy sensation. For those of you that don't know, that's your diaphragm. If any of you watching this video, I was going to say DVD, if any of you watching this video sing, you'll know that you have to use your diaphragm to breathe in and out in order to get enough air. It's called diaphragmatic breathing. So what I'm going to ask you to do, this is our first area we're going to target. Breathe in and feel how your diaphragm inflates as if it were a balloon. So breathe in from the nose, feel the diaphragm expand. And breathe out from the nose and feel it deflate, like you're letting all the air out of the balloon. Good, try it again. Breathe in, feel the diaphragm expand. And then breathe out. Good, try that one more time. Breathe in. Can you feel how it expands? And now breathe out. Nice. Now place your fingers on the outside of your ribs. 3 more breaths here. Let's breathe into our lungs. Breathe in. Feel the rib cage expand. Breathe out. Good. 2 more. Breathe in. And breathe out. Nice one, you guys. 1 more. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Rest your palms on your knees. Now, without touching, feel how you breathe and it sends air all the way up the back of your spine. You might need to close your eyes to see if you can visualize it. Breathe in. Now the air's traveling all the way up to your neck. Now breathe out. The neck flows back down to your coccyx, so your tailbone. Try again. Breathe in. And breathe out. Try 1 more. See if you can feel it. Breathe in. And breathe out. Nice. Last one, you guys. Place your fingers on your chest. Good. From there, feel your chest expand. Breathe in. See how your shoulders get broader? Breathe out. Good. Try 2 more big long breaths. You got it. Breathe in. And out. Last one. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. You've just done 12 rounds of deep belly breathing. So if you didn't feel calm when you started today, I hope that you feel a little calmer now, because when we do those belly breaths, that's how we calm our nervous system. You know that old school saying when people feel really anxious and they say blow into a paper bag? Do you know why they do that? Because when you blow in, you try to scrunch the bag in. When you blow out, they ask you to inflate the bag, right? So that's loads of breath out. And the longer you breathe out, the more your nervous system will calm down. So when you're feeling anxious and overwhelmed and you feel your heart racing, do you know what I'm talking about? What we need to do there is really breathe in from the belly, but try to calm and slow down our breath out. And the more we do that, the more we regulate our nervous system and it starts to calm, and you find that that feeling of anxiety isn't as strong anymore, if it even still exists, because you've managed to calm your nervous system. Can you believe the power of the breath? It's crazy. So for those of you that might experience anxiety, I have certainly experienced anxiety many times in my life, both as a young person and an old person. Now I know to use my breath. So when I'm in situations where I feel anxiety coming on, I have my breath as a tool to just pull out of my back pocket and start to use, and that straight away calms my nervous system. So that's a tool you've got already. Okay, you guys should have a journal somewhere around you on your mat and a pen. Leave that be. We're actually going to use that later on in the class. But the first thing we're going to do is use some yoga, or do some yoga rather, and use our breath to support us. So before you start moving, let's come to what I call child's pose, a very famous posture in yoga, and this is one of the most resting postures. So knees open slightly from your hips, and then reach your fingers forward in front of you. Okay, from there, can you send your bottom toward your heels and reach your fingers as far along as you can. Draw your shoulders down your back, you guys, and just rest your forehead on your mat, like you're having a little rest. Good. From there, on the breath in, you're going to come over to all fours, reach your right fingers forward and back. And on your breath out, you're going to reach your sit bones back toward the mat. Good, let's try the other side. Breathe in, draw a massive circle with your left palm. And then breathe out, send your sit bones back toward your mat. Can we try 2 more, everybody? Breathe in, reach your fingers forward. Draw a big giant circle, like you're trying to touch the back of the room, and then breathe out, send your sit bones back. Last one, everybody. Breathe in, left fingers forward and back. And breathe out, reach all the way back. You got it. From there, come to all fours, breathe in, drop the belly, lift the heart. This is called cow pose. You might feel a little silly right now, sticking your bottom in the air, but just work with me. This is really good for your spine. Breathe out, draw your belly to your spine, tuck your chin. This is called cat pose. Good, try it again. Breathe in, drop the belly, lift the heart. And breathe out, draw the belly to the spine, tuck the chin. Can you make the roundest upper back you can, like an angry cat? Now press through your palms really strong. Good, go for one more, everybody. Breathe in. And then last one, breathe out. Good, come back to a neutral spine. So this is what we call tabletop. Tuck your chin in and make sure that you're not dropping in your belly. So lift your belly up to meet your hips. You got it. Catch the ball of your right foot, and I just want you to rock backward and forward on that right foot. You might feel a nice little stretch at the back of your right leg. Good. Now tuck your chin in a little bit more. Feel how you rock over your wrist. We're building a little bit of strength here because we spend a lot of time on our hands in yoga, and they can often get a little sore. So let's just build up a bit of strength in our wrists. And now when you get back to your tabletop position with your shoulders over your wrists, reach your toes back behind you. See if you can avoid wobbling. We're going to hold for 4 counts. 1, you got it, draw your belly in. 2, 3, 4. Now step your right foot in between your hands and place your hands on your knees. This is called Anjaneyasana. Reach your fingers up to the sky. Draw your hands to your heart. Exhale. Good, try that again. Reach your fingers up. Draw your hands to your heart. Exhale. Nice. Place your palms back down on the mat. Step your right foot back to the ball. Catch the knee up and draw it back down. You got it. Try the left side. So ball of your left foot. We're going to rock backward and forward. Good. Tuck the chin in and feel your shoulders come over your wrists and then back behind them. So just play with that a little bit. You got it. Send your left leg up to meet the hip. Right, super straight leg. Point your toes for 4. Can you press through your palms a little stronger? Tuck your chin in, you guys. 3. Have you stopped breathing? Can you make sure you focus on breathing? 2, 1. Nice. Step your left foot in between your hands and your hands on your knee. Good. You'll feel a nice big stretch now through your right hip. Send your hips forward, almost like someone's putting their hand gently on your coccyx bone, so your tailbone. Good. From there, reach your fingers up, take a breath in. Catch your palms to your heart, breathe out. Good. Try one more, take a breath in. Palms to your heart, breathe out. Nice one. Palms back down to the mat. Catch the ball of your left foot. Lift the knee and send it back down. Drop your belly, take a cow pose, breathe in. Good. On the breath out, tuck your toes and send your bottom back like you're taking off for a running race. Now from here, work with me. We're going to do the most famous pose in yoga, downward dog. Press firmly through your palms. Draw your chin in and send your shoulders back. That's step 1. Step number 2, send your tailbone all the way to the roof like you're making a V shape with your body. Good. And as you do that, you're going to arrive here and you're going to feel a massive stretch up the back of both legs. So what I want you to do is just pedal your feet out one by one until your legs get a little used to this strange shape if you haven't done it before. And then eventually you're going to draw both of your heels only as close to the mat as you can, shoulders down, and send your bottom up, downward facing dog. Good. Bend your knees until they nearly touch the mat, breathe in, and then send your bottom back up, breathe out, downward dog. Good, we're starting to build up a bit of strength here, you guys. Breathe in, drop the knees. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Last one, breathe in, just hover the knees, almost like you're trying to touch, but you're not. And then breathe out, send the bottom back. Good, can you walk those hands toward your feet? Bend your knees as much as you need to when you get there. We're all different ranges of flexibility. All right, big toes are touching. Soften your knees and hang over a bit like a rag doll. Okay, press your feet firmly into the ground and then roll up vertebrae by vertebrae like a rag doll until eventually you come to standing. Nice work. We're going to do a bit of a flow now. So I want you to tuck your chin in. We're going to spinal roll all the way down to the mat. So tuck your chin in and then curl down vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae. Good. From there, walk your palms out into a downward facing dog. Good. Drop your knees, lift your heart, cow pose. Draw it up, cat pose. Tuck your toes, send your hips back, downward dog. Good, and walk your feet back and roll up. Do you want to try it again with me? Here we go. Tuck the chin, roll all the way down. Walk the hands out to a downward facing dog. Press through the palms. Drop your knees, drop your belly, lift your heart, cow pose. That's a big sip of air in. Press back, cat pose. Make the roundest back you can. Good. Tuck your toes, send your hips back, downward facing dog. And then walk your hands back and roll up through your spine like a rag doll. The head is the last thing to land up. Let's try one more time. Imagine your water, super flowy. Here we go. Down toward the mat, spinal roll. Walk back out, downward facing dog. Press through the palms. Good. Drop the knees, drop the belly, lift the heart, breathe in. Breathe out, it's your cat. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And then walk the palms back and roll up through your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. You got it. Walk to the center of your mat, facing me. Okay, let's use our breath now with our movement and see if we can connect it. So pressing through your feet, shoulders down your spine. I want you to roll your palms forward toward me. I'm going to teach you a standing posture called Tadasana. It's very simple. You're essentially there. There's just some things we need to remember while we're standing. Press both of your feet firmly into your mat. Draw your legs up so they're super strong. So if you were to touch them, all the muscles are working hard. Good. Instead of sticking the belly out, can you draw it toward your spine? And can you send your bottom down? So try not to penguin back. Bottom down, you got it. Roll your shoulders down and back so your chest is really broad, like you're proud. And then reach the crown of your head to the top of the room. Standing posture, Tadasana. Good. From there, reach your fingers up to the sky. Take a breath in. Grab your left wrist and tip on over to the right side of your body. Breathe out. Good. Draw a big circle to the front of the room and then come back up to the center and press your arms back down. Let's try the other side. Take a breath in, reach up. Grab a hold of your right wrist this time. Tip on over to the left side of your body. Good. Can you press now through your right foot so you get a massive stretch all the way up the right side of your body? Curl your body like that cat pose. Reach up and then like a yawn, stretch your fingers back down. Last one. Reach up, draw your palms together, touch them above. And then draw your palms to your heart. Nice. Palms back down, Tadasana. Good. Check your balance today. Take a breath in, rise up onto your tippy toes. Take a breath out, lower your heels back down. And again, take a breath in, come up to your tippy toes. Breathe out, lower your heels. We're going to match the arms with it, you guys. So arms, feet, and breath together. Breath in, reach up. Breathe out to lower. Good. Breathe in, reach up. Can you focus with your eyes on one single point? Breathe out to lower. And again, breathe in, reach the wrists up. And breathe out, lower. I'm going to try one last one with the balance at the top. Breathe in, reach up. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Nice work, you guys. Coming back to the back of your mats. I'm going to move through a bit of a flow now. Breathe in, reach your fingers up toward the sky. Breathe out as you draw your hands to your heart, forward fold. We're going to hinge from the hips. You'll feel it at the back of your legs. Good. Breathe in, slide your palms up your shins. Breathe out. This time we're going to walk ourselves to a plank position. So our palms under our shoulders. We lift our knees if we can. Otherwise you can drop them if it's a bit too much. We press firmly through our palms. We draw our shoulders down our back and we tuck our chin in. Hug everything to your center line. So instead of letting the energy go outwards, bring the energy inwards. You got it. We're in a really challenging, strenuous position. So right now, can you keep focusing on a calm breath even though you're under a little bit of pressure and stress? And breathe out calmly. Good, drop the knees. Watch me here. We're gonna go chin, chest, belly, and scoop up to a cobra. Good. Elbows in toward the chest. Press the tops of the feet down like you've got a mermaid's tail. And from there, you're gonna rock on back to a child's pose. Forehead touches the mat. Okay, from here, we're gonna move through a bit of a flow, you guys. So we're gonna breathe in, drop the belly, lift the heart. It's your cow pose. Breathe out, draw the belly to the spine, press through the palms. It's a cat pose. Good. On your next breath in, tuck your toes, send your hips back, downward facing dog. And on your breath out, walk your palms to your feet so you're in a ragdoll. Good. Now press through your feet. Breathe in, reach up. On the exhale, as you draw your palms to your heart, go back to that forward fold. Breathe in, slide the palms up the shins, halfway lift. And breathe out, walk your palms to your plank position. One round of breath here, in and out. Take a big breath in. Drop your knees, let's practice that again. Chin, chest, belly, scoop up to a cobra pose, breath in. On your breath out, child's pose. You did it, you moved through a flow. Let's try one more time. Let's connect our breath and our movement, you guys. Breathe in, cow pose. Breathe out, cat pose. Tuck your toes, send your hips back, downward dog, breathe in. Walk your hands to your feet, breathe out. Ground down, reach up, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Walk forward to your plank, breathe in. Chaturanga, we call it. Chin, chest, belly, breathe out. Scoop up, it's your cobra pose, breathe in. Child's pose, breathe out. Well done, you guys. Rolling up through your toes. Coming to standing. Excellent work. We're going to try a standing posture today called tree pose. This is probably one of my favorite poses, standing poses in yoga, because it allows me to almost imagine everything outside of me is a blur and just focus in on my body and my breath. So your right leg is your first standing leg, and your left foot can do three things. It can either stay here on the ball of the foot, you can bring it below the knee, or you could try to go for the real deal and get your heel all the way up to your inner hip. If that's the place you're going to meet, rest your palms on your heart. Good. Now I want you to imagine that you're pressing your foot down as if it was a tree stump. Good. Roll your shoulders back and then reach the crown of your head to the top of the sky. Press your fingers together so you've got lots of energy coming in toward the center of your body. Draw your belly to your spine. And now focus your eyes on one specific point. Imagine that everything around you is a blur and you are just focusing in on that one specific point your eyes can see. Soft breath from the belly. If you've got really great balance today, you might even want to spread your branches wide. Keep focusing in on your breath. Stay calm and relaxed. If your mind starts to get really busy, go back to thinking and feeling about your breath. Good. Draw your palms to your heart. Lift your left knee. And place it firmly back down on the ground. Good. We're going to go straight to the other side. So catch the ball of the right foot, wherever felt good for you on the other side. And then draw your palms to your heart. Really connect in. Good. Press that standing foot firmly down. There's your tree stump. There's your foundation. It's like the slab of a house. Press it down firmly and then lengthen your spine tall out from the crown of your head. You might want to fly those branches, and that's okay. Shoulders down the spine. Soft with the breath. Good. Take one more big round of breath. And exhale. Good. Lift the knee, draw your palms to your heart, and take it back down. Nice work. Heel and toe your feet a little wider than your hips, and then crouch down into what we call a yogi squat, Malasana. Your heels connect to the ground. Your knees are open wide, and you give your elbows a little press to your inner knee so they open a wee bit wider. Good. You rest your thumbs on your sternum or your heart space and just close down your eyes and take a few gentle breaths. It's a really beautiful grounding posture. I don't know if you've ever traveled to any countries that yoga a lot or advocate for Buddhism a lot, but lots of monks spend a lot of time in ashrams or in temples meditating in this exact position for hours on end. So our eyes are soft, we're focusing in on our breath. If this is uncomfortable, you can just sit down as well and place your feet here. And release. Well done. Take a seat, you guys. Rest your legs in front of you nice and strong. Flex your feet. Good. From there, take a breath in. Reach your palms up to the sky. And on a breath out, feel your sit bones connect and then reach your fingers forward toward your toes. Good. You're going to rest your palms gently on the front of your mat. Roll your shoulders down your back and draw your chin to your chest. Can you relax your upper body a little? And flex those feet super hard so the fronts of the legs are turned on. This might be a little uncomfortable. You might feel very awkward and like you want to get out of here real quick. Just do me a favor. We're going to spend 20 seconds here, that's all. Deep breathing in this shape. We're going to release some of the muscles and tension in our muscles so that our body can relax. Because I can promise you that if your muscles are tense, your mind, your nervous system, and everything around that is tense as well. So let's release the body a little, okay? Take a big breath in. Can you relax a little more on the breath out? You got it. One more breath in. And out. Good. Reach your fingers toward me and then all the way up toward the sky. Good. Swivel those legs back so you're horizontal. And rest your palms on your shins. Feel your sit bone ground and see how tall your spine can be today. So draw your belly to your spine, lengthen. Make sure you've got space here in the rib cage to do all your beautiful breathing. Take a breath in, lift your heart, lift your chin. On the breath out, draw your chin to your chest and dome your upper back like that cat pose we found at the start of class, yeah? Take a breath in, lift your chin. And on the breath out, draw your chin to your chest. Can you let all the air out this time? Now try and get as much air as you can in on the breath in. Reach your fingers forward and then curl down vertebrae by vertebrae until you get all the way down to the mat. You got it. Hug your knees in toward your chest and draw big giant circles in an anti-clockwise direction. And as you go round and round, feel how it massages your lower spine. It actually feels really delicious if you let it. Good, and try going back the other way. So round and round. You got it. Good, and from there, place the soles of your feet on the mat, under your knees, and palms down to the ground. Just as we did our rises before, matching the wrists, the feet, and the breath, we're going to do a similar thing down here, but this time we match the pelvis or the hips. So on a breath in, lift your pelvis, reach your wrists behind you until they reach all the way back to the top of your mat. And on your breath out, as you lower the wrists, lower the hips as well. Relax that face of yours. Take a breath in, reach the wrist back behind you. All the way up so your belly button reaches as high as possible. Lift your chest so it comes almost toward your chin and then reach out. Your fingers long, your hips lower, and your breath releases. Good. 2 more like this, everybody. Breath in. And breath out. Last one for good measure. Here we go. Breath in. And now as you breathe out, release the palms, but don't release the pelvis. Draw your shoulder blades together and clap your palms together. Bridge pose in yoga. This is really good for the nervous system. It's really good to support and strengthen the spine. And imagine you're squeezing a block in between your inner thighs. 2 rounds of breath here. Take a big juicy breath in. Watch how your belly inflates. And then breathe out. Good. One more breath in, you guys. And breathe out. Nice one. Lower your hips slowly toward the mat. Good. Release your feet. Bend your knees and take your legs up toward the sky. Flex your feet. Release your knees so they're soft. So don't feel like you have to pull them up straight. And then reach your arms up. This is a bit like a dead bug, yeah? Take a little rest here for a moment. We call this Viparati Karani, or legs up the wall in yoga. And again, really good for the nervous system. So all these beautiful poses that I'm teaching you today, they calm the nervous system without you even thinking about it. So obviously, if you're in the middle of class and you're feeling a bit anxious, you're not going to jump onto the ground and stick your legs up in the air to calm your nervous system. But what you can do is you can focus in on the breath. You can maybe rest your palms on your belly or your lower back, knowing those two places are places where if you connect with them, they help your nervous system calm down. From there, open your elbows out wide so they make 2 right angles, and cross your right knee over your left knee. Good, and then roll your knees to the left side of the mat and take your eyes to the right elbow. And this is just going to give you a beautiful nourishing stretch through the spine. Release the shoulders, release the jaw, release the face. Soften here. This is my favorite part of the class. As we draw it to a close, we start to relax the body. Right now, all you have to do is this pose and relax. You don't have to think about anything. You don't have to act on anything. Just enjoy being in a restful pose. You got it. Draw your knees back to the center. Viparata Karani. Reach the heels and the wrists to the sky. Cross your left over your right knee this time and rock on over to that right side of the mat. Eye gaze to the left elbow. Feel your chest really broad. Relax your face and your jaw. Go back to those deep belly breaths, you guys. And out. Nice. Return your legs back to the center and then extend them out long. As you extend them out long, reach your palms facing upward. And this, my friends, is your final pose for your yoga class. Light meditation. We know it as corpse pose or shavasana. So as you lie there, if you feel comfortable, close down your eyes and rest your palms back on your belly. I'm going to come up to a seated meditation to guide you through this little meditation at the end. So rest your palms on your belly. Soften your eyes, close the lids of the eyes. Just start tuning your attention into your breath, the place where your palms are sitting. Take a big deep inhale for 4 counts. So breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, feel the belly deflate for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in, feel the palms expand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out for 1, 2, 3, 4. You got it. One more, you guys. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. And release for 1, 2, 3, and 4. I just want you to stay still now for 1 minute or so. Maybe you can feel like your body is melting into your mat or your carpet. Like your skin is falling off your bones. Your muscles are pulling away, releasing, and just totally heavy and relaxed. The crown of your head is soft. Your shoulders are soft. Your elbows and knees are soft. Your legs are super heavy into the mat. Your ankles and your feet totally relaxed. And even if your mind feels a little busy, just notice how relaxed your body is, how soft your body is. And just hold on to this beautiful state of calmness. Roll over to one side as if you were getting up from bed, and then come slowly up toward your comfortable seat where we started. And just before we close the class, do a quick body scan, a little check-in on your own body. How are you feeling right now? Hopefully a little more relaxed. Maybe even a bit more alive because you've been able to oxygenate your body with some more conscious breathing. So to close the class, we draw our palms to our heart center. We bow our head toward our fingertips and we use the word namaste. So namaste, yogis. And namaste in yoga means I see you. So not your skin, your hair, the color of your eyes, what you're wearing, but I see inside of you. I see your heart and I see your soul and I see the true essence of you. So I see you is a really beautiful way to close the class, because when we're obviously in a studio concept, so where I could see you, I would look you in the eye and say namaste, to say thank you for sharing your true essence, your soul and your heart with me today during this practice. So guys, now is the time to grab your journals, open to your first page, write the date, and tell your journal how you are feeling. It can be a paragraph, it can be 3 pages long, however much time you have in your class remaining. Tell your journal how you are feeling right now. What maybe came up for you in that yoga class? What was the experience like? Just start to articulate it, put pen to paper. It might seem a bit tedious or boring, but when we put pen to paper, we start to actually get our crazy thoughts out on paper. And then we can read them and make sense of them. So that's all I ask you to do. Grab open your journals. How am I feeling right now? How was that experience for me? Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you behind the screen for next session. Have the best day, you guys. Namaste.